Today, I want to summarize first quarter earnings, some summary. All earnings are not in, but enough that it comes up with some interesting statistics. So today is Wednesday, May 8, 2024. This is Jeffrey Kerr Financial Group. So far, first quarter earnings are up 7% above expectations. It's the second strongest year in more than 2 years. I'll come back to the expectations things. I think there's some subjectivity there that I want to point out. But the earnings growth was 5% versus 3.5% expected. So it has been a pretty strong earnings season so far. And let's come back to this. The expectations, beating the expectations. I think part of that is, a game that, corporate executives play with Wall Street. They make sure they can beat them. So, I don't have the data as to how those expectations moved, say, from January into April. But typically, the research houses are talking to management and they get some guidance. And there's, I think a common um, effort to try to keep the expectations low and that so the earnings can beat them. But, the other side of this is there is growth year over year. And also, the one thing I haven't seen any data on this was how much of these earnings beats and like then growth was inflation and how much of it was organic. I haven't seen that data. I want to keep looking for something along those lines. So I think that a couple of results from stronger earnings is probably inflation is going to stay higher. If economic activity and earnings are better than expected, not sure how you end up with lower inflation. And then also, I think as it pertains to interest rates and Fed policy, there's the stronger earnings, and I think into the second and third quarters, this continues, and I think the year over year, last year's 2023, second quarter and third quarter were a little bit softer, so it's going to be an easier beat year over year as well as the expectations. So I think that again, strong earnings season so far. There have been some disappointments, no question. And some of the guidance from here going forward has been a little bit light too. But in general, stronger earnings, I think that it keeps some pressure on inflation and makes the Fed's job harder. So thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe, and we'll talk soon. Thank you. Goodbye.